Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Have you heard of this concept called lying to yourself? अपने आप से झूठ बोलना. Have you heard this concept? You know, our politician does it beautifully. They lie so much that they also convince themselves that their lies are true. So this is a very interesting phenomena, lying to oneself. Let's talk about that. But before we talk about that, let us talk about the Supreme Court's call for details on the welfare of migrant children, which is children of migrant workers. Let's get right into the show. A Supreme Court bench consisting of Chief Justice of India, Justice Sharad Bobde, Justice V. Ramasubramaniam, Justice A.S. Bopana, they asked the states to give them data on the number of migrant children in their respective territories. They said, we want to know how many migrant children exist in your territory. We want to know what have you done for those migrant children. We want to know how are you taking or how are you ensuring that those children are being taken care of. This is what the Supreme Court said. The Supreme Court was actually listening to a plea that came from the Child Right Trust. And Senior Advocate Jayana Kothari was representing the Child Right Trust, wherein the trust said that, you see, while fine, migrant workers were taken care of once they reached their respective states, a lot of them were taken care of, but the plight of the wives of the migrant workers and the children are still quite unknown. One doesn't know. So, trust said that, listen, somewhere down the line, the government should have data. The government should keep a tab on what is happening to the migrant workers and their families. Because the trust felt that the maximum impact of the COVID, wave 1 and even now wave 2, the maximum impact on those migrant workers and especially their children and their wives. They are suffering the maximum. One doesn't even know the extent of what and how much they are suffering. What about their food? What about their education? What about their growth? What about their health? One has no data. And this is indeed very sad and indeed very shameful for a society like ours. That the government doesn't have any data about the migrant population and their families. We know what happened to the migrant population during the wave 1. You know the kind of the problems that one had, the problems that these migrant laborers faced when they were reverse migrating to their place of origin. We saw what happened to them. Government didn't even have the data of the number of people who died during the reverse migration. People died under trains. Trains crushed them. People died in the train because there was no food and water, and so on and so forth. People died on the road while traveling to their place of origin. And that is how our migrant workers was treated. Now, the good thing about it is once they reach their respective villages, respective states, it is said that the state did take care of them. The state did offer them food. The state did ensure that they were provided with at least their food, which was so important. So all these facts were taken care of by the state. So to that extent, even this body agrees that you see that part was good. But then after that, what happened to their families? That was the issue that this body brought about. Now, related to this issue, I want to talk to you about another issue. The issue I spoke to you about, lying to oneself. When a politician stands in front of you, our leaders, our ministers, including our Prime Minister, when he stood in front of us, when others ministers stood in front of us, other politicians stood in front of us. They said, Baba, listen, you need to maintain social distancing. You need to, that is the most important thing. Wear a mask. It saves your life. Bina mask ke mat chalo. There were hoardings all over the place. They say Corona is one of the biggest, we have to be Corona warriors. What all dialogues do they give us? What all dialogues do they give us? But you see, when it comes to elections, the politician forgets everything. He believes that there is no Corona. He believes that there is no Corona, and this is what I am saying. He not only puts the life of the citizens at risk so that he can win the election, he also puts his own life at risk, by the way. Because most of our leaders do not wear a mask. So they have convinced themselves that there is no Corona. They have lied to themselves too, that there is no Corona. Corona cannot harm them, Baba. Now this is what I feel aghast. Politicians, senior politicians, ministers, including the Prime Minister, is putting the country at risk by calling rallies. These ministers are putting the country at risk. These ministers are ensuring, or these politicians, why ministers alone? Even a lot of opposition leaders too, are putting the country at risk, and they are ensuring that Corona, which is so dangerous and it is spreading like wildfire. In fact, the second wave looks worse than the first wave. It is spreading like wildfire. These people are exposing those people who come for their rallies to Corona. I mean, how come a politician forgets about Corona, forgets about death, forgets about the misery, forget about the fact that we do not have enough infrastructure to handle Corona, we do not have enough beds to handle these people, we do not have enough oxygen like what Uddhav Thackeray was saying to handle these people. We forget that. We forget that. The politicians forget that and put these people at risk. You see, I want to understand, why are we not talking about Corona in West Bengal? Why didn't we talk about Corona in Tamil Nadu till recently? Now they have put some 50% restrictions after the elections. Why haven't we spoken about Corona in Assam? I will come to the Kumbh Mela part of it, but before that, let us understand the election part. Why are we not talking about Corona? Why are we not talking about the spread of Corona in these areas? Wouldn't the same Prime Minister be responsible if people die there? Wouldn't the same ministers and chief minister will be responsible if people die there? Why are they not telling people not to venture out, not to come out? Because Uddhav Thackeray yesterday made a statement that, listen, you know what, please do not come out of your houses unless and until it is very important. You have to decide for yourself whether you are fighting for Corona or against Corona. He said that, but then in the same breath, he also said that Pandharpur, there is election, Baba. There you can come out and vote. That is okay. Those restrictions do not apply in Pandharpur, which was a caveat that happened in this speech. But the fact remains that he has put a section 144. He has not yet put any lockdown, but he has put a section 144. My point is, why is all these section 144s and lockdowns and others all in states where there are no elections? What is important? The life of a common Indian, you and me, or elections? Or these people getting into power? Or these people forming governments and becoming ministers? What is more important? And why do we get a feeling that for these people, for the political class, what is more important is these people becoming ministers and MLAs rather than our lives? And we are getting sucked into it. Secondly, you see, 23 lakh people, Kumbh Mela. What happens if Corona spreads? I'm not even going to get into the Tablighi Jamaat and all that. I'm not even going to get into that because we all know it now. We all are discussing it. So I don't want to make a controversy out of it. I want to ask, why are we allowing people to go and get 23 lakh people gathering. You know what happens if corona spreads and spreads from there? It will have ramification on the entire country. You see, I don't know about the politician, but I think we as citizens need to think that, listen, what is important for us? Are we going to run around and go around campaigning for these politicians, or are we going to stay home and ensure that we take care of our health? Sure, one has to vote because that's your right and that's your duty. So maybe on the voting day, wear your mask, wear your protective device and go and vote. But the point is, calling for rallies, calling for this kind of, road shows and putting people's life at risk, I think that's the biggest sin that the politician is doing towards his country and towards the people. If this spreads, people will remember this. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here you can be our supporter by paying rupees 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying rupees 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our super supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.